All right. What's good? What's popping? This is Derek Chambers, manager, agent, and artist consultant. This is Music Industry 101. Tonight, I'm going to be breaking down the publishing process. Show y'all how you make money in the music industry off publishing. Now, you hear a lot of stories. Artists got ripped off. They wasn't making their money off their publishing. You hear stories from dudes in the industry like Styles P. He said he only makes like $25,000 off publishing. But he's not stressing it because he got juice bars. He got other businesses that he makes money off. All right? And it needs to be some kind of union. And also, you remember the Locks, they took Diddy to court and they had to sue him because he owed them money for some of his publishing. And they wanted, they didn't want him to make any more money off them and all that. You know what I'm saying? But they settled out of court and he settled in court, whatever the situation was, and he paid them millions of dollars. They got their lawyers, and now they're making their money off their publishing because they know the business. All right. But how the publishing process works is like this. Just like when you have a job, you know how much money you make an hour, right? You know how much money you make every week, every 2 weeks. If you do overtime, you know how much money you make after taxes. So it's the same way in the music industry. You got to know how you make your money. All right. So you see artists like Drake, um, producers like Swiss Beats, Timberland, DJ Mustard, DJ Khaled. They're making their money off publishing. Artists in the business is making their money off radio airplay, and they know the publishing process, man. All right. Remember, publishing revenue is just one way you make money in the music industry. But that's going to be in another episode when I'm going to talk about the top 10 multi-revenue streams and how you make money in the music industry. That's in another episode, man. All right? But what I'm breaking down tonight is the publishing process. Now, the publishing process works like this. The songwriter writes a song. The copyright ownership is automatic. The songwriter makes the song publicly available. He becomes the music publisher automatically. The song is divided into equal shares of portions. So the songwriter shares 50% and the publisher shares 50%. All right? So it's a 50-50 split between the songwriter and the producer. All right? So I said DJ Quick is claiming that, R. Kelly, Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and all these cats owe him money from publishing. He got a check from Death Row Records and he ripped it up because he's not thirsty for money. That's what he's saying and all. All right? But a lot of times, Cash is just happy to sign a deal, or in some cases, the artist signs their publishing away and all. Because they're making all their money off the shows. Cash make anywhere between 75,000 to 200,000 or more off shows. Jay-Z was making off the On the Run tour, the last one, $1 million per show. Because that's his net worth. And, to make demands, you have to be in demand. So, all the On the Run tours was sellout performances and all that. Me and my wife had seats right on the ground floor and all that. We seen everything about 2 years ago. Now, to show you for split sheets, you know, I'm not really gonna go into all that because I talked about that on my other episode. I'm not really gonna get into like split sheets, but I'm just showing you that on the split sheet, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Because on the split sheet, on the paperwork for the split sheet, is, of course, you know, the names of the person who wrote the song, the publishers, and the PROs are all writers. The split percentages. So on the split sheet, once you do your paperwork, has the split percentages and the signatures are all writers. So you're gonna get what I'm talking about right here. It's gonna say, even in this paperwork, standard practice is to split the percentages equally amongst the writers. For example, if there are two writers, the splits are 50-50. All right? So it's a 50-50 split between the songwriter and the producer. So a lot of times, you know, the record labels is making millions of dollars off the artist when they die. They make more money because, you know, the fans feel an emotional attachment to them once, you know, once they dead, and all they have is their music. But what happens is, you know, a lot of times once they did their paperwork correctly, the family gets all the royalties. Just like, you know, a person to have a business like McDonald's. Ray Kroc was the founder of McDonald's, but he's dead, so all the royalties go to his family, the next of kin. They get his estate. Remember, the same thing happened to Prince. They was fighting over his royalties and his estate, and then the sister and the brother end up getting the money, you know. All right, because a lot of times cats don't do it well. But you know, the record labels own the publishing a lot of times. So, you know, a record label is a publisher because they distribute the music. That's why it's called a recording contract or publishing deal. But you know, nowadays, cats is owning their own masters. They owning their own publishing because, you know, you could sign away your publishing. That's what happens in all. And then the record label's like, well, you get your money off the shows. We own the publishing. But, you know, a lot of times now, artists are owning their masters. So they making sure they make their money off the publishing. Cats like Nipsey Hussle, he knew the importance of publishing. Uh, Michael Jackson, Prince, they own their publishing, they own their masters. You know? So it's a business, man. You got to know how you make your money off of publishing. So once again, I'm going to break it down again. The publishing process works like this. The songwriter writes the song, the copyright ownership is automatic. The songwriter makes the song publicly available, he becomes the music publisher automatically. The song is divided into equal portions of shares. So automatically, you know, it's paperwork, man. Just like when you copyright your music with the Library of Congress, you got to be a professional, man. You can't like play around a nickel and dime and do such and such. Then you end up getting sued because you didn't get the, you know, the rights to use certain people's music. It's a business, man. So it says the song is divided into equal portions of shares. The songwriter shares 50% and the publisher shares 50%. So, you know, you got to know what you're doing and you can make all your money off the streaming. That's all the stuff that I'm teaching you. How you make your money in the music industry. Importance is doing split sheets, how much money you make off streaming. Other episodes I'm going to be dropping. The top 10 multi-revenue streams. Remember, publishing revenue is just one. What's traction? Terms of recording contract, a publishing deal. That's all the stuff, you know, I'm going to be teaching y'all because I'm here to teach y'all the business to show y'all how to be successful in it. All right? So that's the publishing process. This is Derek Chambers, manager, agent, and artist consultant. I'll see you on the flip side. All right. Stay blessed. One.